Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be really fun to share my #1 product from all of the popular makeup brands. This was really hard for me for some of the brands, okay? For some of the brands, it was really hard because I was like, do I like this more? Do I like this more? And it was just a lot of battling internally on which one I think is my #1. This is gonna be a good one. Let's get into it. We're gonna start off hot. We're gonna start off with Fenty Beauty. Now, Fenty Beauty, I personally think lip products is where they thrive. They thrive with lippies and their glosses. Their glosses are absolutely my favorite product from them. The OG glosses, to be exact. I'm not a fan of the cream, and I really do think that that is because I don't really like the shades that they come out with. I feel like a lot of the shades are not really wearable shades or shades that I really gravitate to. The colors are just very interesting. And then the heat, do not get me started with the heat. The heat burns like crazy. So the OG gloss formula is where it's at. These are my two favorite shades, Riri and Hot Chocolate. I've gone through multiple hot chocolates, but Riri is slowly getting to the bottom. I'm gonna swatch both of these for you. So this one is Hot Chocolate. And then Riri is like a really pretty pinky mauve. I truly feel like Riri made the shade specifically for me because that is like my go-to gloss shade. Next up is e.l.f. 2023 really does belong to e.l.f. They killed it this year. This was one of those brands where it was really hard for me to figure out what's my favorite product. So it was between a primer and a lip product, and I ended up going with their new lip oils. I am a lip oil girly. I have all the shades that they came out with, and I love these so much. And they are a very comfortable formula. When I say comfortable, I mean they are not sticky on the lips. They are a little bit thicker, but I like that because it kind of reminds me of a lip mask. It does have like that pepperminty kind of feel, but I just feel like it makes the lips feel really fresh. They have a sheer wash of color. The deeper shades kind of have a little bit more pigment to them. So they're really great on those like no makeup kind of days, but I really enjoy these, and truly these just feel luxe, and they're so affordable, which is the best part about it. Like, they are so affordable. I really do hope that we see more shades from them. Hopefully they give us really cool, fun, interesting shades like greens, blues, you know, just like fun shades to kind of like switch it up a little bit. Next up is Glamlite. Now, Glamlite is really coming up there. I'm really happy to have been a consumer of the brand from very early days when they had the food themes. Like, it is just wow. To where the brand was like 2 years ago to where they are now is just so inspiring, and so it's just so great to see. My #1 product from Glamlite is their palettes. I pulled a couple to share that are my favorites that I love, but I'm specifically talking about the eyeshadow palettes as my #1 product from the brand. They're starting to dabble into new things like candles, bags, different things like that, but to me, I really feel like the eyeshadow palettes is where they shine. Really quickly, I do want to say that I finally got my Glamlite X Ghost Face order. I tried the palette out today for the first time. Love the palette. Look at this palette. It is so cool. That is just insane, right? And this is the color story. This is the palette that I have on my eyes today. And it's so interesting because when I was doing this eye look, which I did film for TikTok, I'm hoping to put up a YouTube short soon of this eye look. When I was playing with these shadows, I was like, wow, this looks a lot more blue on the eyes than I was expecting. I really like how my look came out today, but this palette is really interesting. I definitely will be reaching for this a lot more than I thought. It's not super gray like I thought it was gonna be, and that was just such a nice surprise. I just pulled out 4 palettes to share with you. The first one is the Hershey's Cookies and Cream palette. This is a cool tone palette I was really not expecting to love, but I just think it is so beautiful, and the shimmers are insane with this palette. This one is the Scooby-Doo Retro Raggy palette. Such a beautiful color story. I don't really have any other palettes like this in my collection, and I just think it is such a fun, beautiful color story. Rick and Morty palette, which came out this year, and they killed This one, they really killed it. I love colorful shadow. So you guys know this one is definitely one of my favorites. It's just so fun and beautiful. I love what they did with this. They really killed this collab. The last one I pulled out is the Barbie palette. This one is so much fun. I really love it. You can definitely tell which shades are my favorite shades in this palette. Next up is Patrick Ta. I'm sure you guys already know what my #1 product is from the brand. It is the blush duos. I feel like you get so much for your money. The packaging is luxe. The formula is amazing. You get a cream blush and a powder blush, which is so nice. It literally does the guesswork for you. A lot of times when I go on with like a cream blush, I have to find a corresponding powder blush to match the cream blush, and sometimes that can be a little bit hard, but with these, you literally have the same shade. Cream finish and a powder finish. Literally a blush lover's dream. One is She's Giving. I love She's Wanted for this time of year. This is definitely my most reach for shade right now because of the tone. It's perfect for fall. It's perfect for winter. I love it. For every day, She's Baked is that girl. Love it. It's like a burnt terracotta. Next up is NYX Cosmetics. Now, NYX is one of those brands where they have a lot of different products. This is another one where I was really trying to figure out what is my #1 favorite product from the brand, and I ended up going with the Epic Wear eyeliners. I do not see a lot of people talking about this. I need people to get on these because these are amazing. I just pulled out a couple shades to swatch for you. My favorite shade is definitely this one. This one is called Blue Trip, and I'm always wearing this one. Look at that. That is vibrant. Then this one right here is called Emerald Cut. Really beautiful green if you love greens. Like, look at how smooth all of these shades are. This one is called Intense Teal. Beautiful. Wow, look at that. This one is called Periwinkle Pop. Oh, also really pretty. Habanero Hottie. Another bright one. This one's really pretty as well. Look at these. These are drugstore eyeliners that I love. They're very comparable to high-end as well, but it is definitely my favorite NYX Cosmetics product. Okay, moving on to Rare Beauty, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking that the liquid blushes are my favorite, but they're not my #1 product, okay? I do like them, but they are definitely not my #1. And a lot of you might be really shocked, but this is my favorite product from Rare Beauty. The highlighter. This is literally like a lit from within glow. You can build it up to be blinding, but I love the way that this just sinks into the skin. It is so beautiful. I have mine in the shade Flaunt. It is definitely one of my most used highlighters in my collection. I love this. I think it is so pretty. I'm just gonna swatch it right here. Such a beautiful highlighter. I love this. Next up is Charlotte Tilbury. This one was easy. This one was a no-brainer for me. My #1 product is absolutely the setting spray. The setting spray is truly where it's at. This works. I have quite a few holy grails of setting sprays that really do work. And this is the insurance for your makeups. I really have to test setting sprays out to really figure out if it's something that I can trust. Best believe this is something I can absolutely trust. You guys know I picked up the extra large version because I just think that is so worth it. I'm still trying to get this little last bit out of here, but love this spray. Right, Made by Mitchell. Now, I wanted to include Made by Mitchell in this video. I do like to include UK brands on my channel because I really do feel like UK brands are so underrated here in the United States, but I love UK brands. I love Trigwell Cosmetics, Made by Mitchell, with Love Cosmetics. Like, there are a lot of, UK brands that I've really been testing out. So I do feel like Made by Mitchell is one of those UK brands that is very popular. And it's popular in my collection because you guys know I love Made by Mitchell. But I really wanted to share my #1 product from the brand, which is such a surprise. You could have asked me, like, before this product that I'm about to talk about came out, I definitely would have said the blushes, but it's definitely the curve case. I am so excited that Beauty Bay just put his new makeup prep skincare line on Beauty Bay, and I ordered the whole thing. So I'm excited for that. I cannot wait. This is the deep curve case, but look at how yummy this looks. You can definitely tell I have truly tapped into this. I love this so much. I really do hope that we see more curve cases from him. This is a really beautiful glowy formula. It's not overly dewy. It has a lot of pigmentation to it, but I really, really love the curve cases from Made by Mitchell. Juvia's Place. Now, Juvia's Place is definitely a very popular brand, and they've been coming out with a lot of really cool products this year, but my favorite product from them is definitely their liquid blushes, specifically these two shades, Barbie Rose and Lily Love. These are beautiful, and these are definitely, in my mind, the world's most pigmented blush. More pigmented than the Rare Beauty, okay? These are insanely pigmented to where I don't really recommend these blushes if you are new to liquid blushes. They are intense. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch both of these shades for you. Let's swatch Barbie Rose first. Love this blush. This blush is beautiful. Look at this. So this one's Barbie Rose. It's a really pretty corally kind of pink, and this one is Lily Love, which is a really beautiful burnt terracotta. Love my burnt terracottas, y'all know I love these. So love these two shades. There are a lot of other shades in the line, but those two specifically are my favorites. Next up is Danessa Myricks, and once again, I'm sure you guys already know what my favorite product is from the brand. It is the Yummy Blushes. These are a cream to powder formula. They give like a blurring, soft, focus kind of effect to the cheeks. These fueled my blush addiction this year, and I'm so happy she came out with these. I really do hope that we see more shades of these. Let me swatch my most used shade, which is Dancing Queen. This is a beautiful purpley pink. It's like a purpley pink berry kind of tone. Really beautiful. This is so stunning. Next up is Haus Labs, and I think it is definitely safe to say that the rebrand is probably one of the best things they could have ever done, because without that rebrand, I don't know where the brand would be today. But I can tell you today they are really popular, and they have some really amazing products in their line. My personal #1 favorite is, of course, the blushes. I love these. I am wearing Acai Sky today. I think this is so pretty. Love me some Acai Sky. I always say this, and it is so true. The best way that I can describe these blushes is like a creamy powder. I don't know how they made these so creamy, so blendable, so pigmented, but these are just amazing. I love these so much. Oh, and they're so soft too. Like, look at that. So pretty. Another shade that I love is Watermelon Bliss. Love this shade as well. I love me a beautiful red tone blush, but these just glide on the skin. Okay, next up is Pat McGrath, you guys. Pat McGrath is... Everyone goes crazy for Pat McGrath releases, the teasers, everything. And I have tried quite a few products from Pat McGrath, and this was another brand where it was really hard for me to pick my #1. I was either going between the blushes or the eyeshadow palettes. I ended up going with the eyeshadow palettes because this formula is just so good, but it's just so expensive. It hurts the pocket. This one is the Bronze Goddess palette. The Utopian Dream is another one of my favorites. So I just pulled out one palette. This one is the Bronze Seduction. This one is perfect. Perfection for my neutral lovers. If you love neutral tones, you're gonna love this. This is the Astro Blitz shade right here. Oh, look at that. That is insane. It's beautiful. This is just such a beautiful luxe formula, and I'm telling you, when you get your hands on one of these palettes, you're going to know that it's Pat McGrath. You're gonna see why it's so expensive, but it's like still really expensive to where I cannot pay full price for it. I'm gonna wait for a sale, even though Pat McGrath does go on sale a couple times a year, which is really, really nice. So that's when I would take advantage of her sales. I definitely have my eye on another, kind of a couple more palettes, but I'm definitely gonna wait for her end of year sale because that's when she has like up to 40% off, and that's the time to really take advantage. But her eyeshadow formula is definitely my #1 product from the brand. Next up is ABH, and A lot of you probably think it's the eyeshadows, but it's definitely not. It's not the eyeshadows. My number one product is the cream bronzer. I love this bronzer with all of me. Okay, this is definitely my favorite cream bronzer in my entire collection. The dip should say a lot. Look at this dip. That is crazy, but I love it. I use the shade Chestnut, and I just think it is such an easy formula. If you're a beginner, this is so easy to use. I highly recommend. The formula is very easy to blend. I feel like the shade range is pretty good. They did have to like expand it a little bit. Hopefully they continue to expand it, but right now I feel like there's a pretty good shade range, and I love this. This will last you a long time. All right, Natasha Denona. This one's probably a no-brainer, but of course I had to give it to the eyeshadow palettes as my number one favorite product. My favorite palette from Natasha, out of all the palettes I've tried, is the My Dream palette. This is like a palette that I probably would have created myself, but now that Natasha has done it, I don't have to. So this right here is just so beautiful. This is just a go-to palette of mine. Whenever I just want to do a really nice sultry look, I'm always thinking of this palette to use. I love the fact that there's a multi-chrome in here, which is really nice. Love these tones so much, and I love this palette. But Natasha's formula, you guys already know, it's a really, really good formula. It's good. So the last brand I have in this video is Makeup by Mario. I use his lip products the most, but I use his lip liner just about every day, and I also use his plumping lip serums just about every day. I ended up going with the plumping lip serums. I actually have on a Makeup by Mario lippy today. I'm wearing his Cozy Lip Cream in the shade Brownish Pink. Such a comfortable formula. Feels like a cushiony cloud on the lips. I just love it. I love this shade. I have all of these, and these are not cheap either. I wanted every shade he came out with. These are absolutely amazing and definitely my favorite product from him. Like, they're just like a gloss in a stick form, but they are so beautiful on the lips. They have like a little bit of like that like pepperminty kind of feel to it as well, but like it's just so good. I love it. Those are my number one favorite products from all of the popular brands. I know there are a lot of popular brands I did not include in this video, but like I said, we can do a part 2. I'm totally down for a part 2. I'm ready for a part 2. I might still do a part 2 depending on how good this video does and if you guys like this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.